Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. Great news! FEH Twitter is back, and they were kind enough to tweet out the schedule that'll be happening. Of course, it's in-game notifications too. We'd have gotten it in-game notifications as well, but it's nice to know that the English Twitter is back and at least conveying some information to us. They even did like a back post from yesterday's Life of Heroes manga. They tweeted that for some reason. But they did tweet out the schedule, and so we had the schedule, and the schedule is live, and that's what we're going to talk about now. It's the 10th. It's not surprising that it would be the 10th. By the way, Resplendent Lind. Naga bless fam. Lind is probably the unit that I was my 5-star unit. My exclusive 5-star. That's the one I was like, Which, I mean, she's good normally, but I will take the stat buffs. I ain't even mad. You will notice that the calendar is a little off-centered, but that's because we are going to talk about some skills banners towards the second half of this video. So if you want to catch who's likely to be on those banners, be sure to stick around for the very end. And, of course, while you're here, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. I do have the 5K video done, kind of. Well, it's half done. I have the opening footage recorded. And it was more challenging than I anticipated, but that'll be coming this week for sure now. I know that for confident now. And I'm sorry that it's like 2 weeks late, but there it is. So, all that's out of the way. Let's talk about the calendar and actually get into the good stuff, yeah? So, Forging Bonds, Renewed Resolve, we know that's going on. Lost Lore, we know is going on. Gangrel, we know is going on. Rokkr Seiges is coming up. Just 2 days, 1 day, depending on when you're watching this video from now. Limited hero battles are coming back. Not too surprising, I guess. I feel like they're kind of doing those monthly now, so that's kind of cool. And Bound Hero Battle, Stall and Sully. That's a thing that's happening, I guess, on the 17th. Okay. Tempest Trials. We know what that's for. We'll talk about that in a second. We have another Hall of Forms this month on the 25th. We've got a GHB revival for Conrad, which I guess is exciting if you're a Conrad fan. Bound Hero Battle Revival for Inez and Erica, also happening very early July. Legendary Hero Battle is happening on the 30th. And the Voting Gauntlet is on the 1st of July. And then we have another Tempest Trials, which again, we'll talk about that in a minute. For July, as well as the GHB revival of Cormag, which I'm sure a lot of people will be very excited about because that means another Cormag copy and happiness. More Lost Lore spoils as well. I don't really know why spoils are different from regular Lost Lore. I still don't know if we were actually given a reason for that, but it's whatever. So, like when they changed Tempest Trials to Tempest Trials Plus, it was just a more condensed version of Tempest Trials in a shorter amount of time. I still don't really know what Lost Lore Spoils is. Is it shorter time? I never actually paid attention. I just always kept restarting and continuing the whole process because it's passive item gaining. Why wouldn't you do that? Anyway, we have a couple quests. Not a lot of quests, but a couple quests. You don't have too much time left to finish the Coliseum quests. We've got Flying Strike quests, which sounds interesting, for June. And then, beginning of July, we have Armored Mastery quests. Yay, armors! I'm sure everyone's very thrilled to use their armor emblem teams. But maybe you are. Maybe you are. Maybe I'm judging prematurely. Who knows? All right, so before we get into the Banner Mania here, because oh, there's a lot of them. We do have a couple login bonuses, which always means orbs. That's a good thing. We like orbs. I don't know if you heard. Orbs are good. They do a lot of things, mostly summoning, which is very helpful most of the time. Book 4 Midpoint, that's going to be wrapping up soon. Hopefully you've been logging in. If you have not, then you've got like a week to get in there. But I think it's like a span of 10 days, so you may have missed out. But then again, if you haven't been logging in daily, should you really be watching this channel? I'm happy to have you here regardless, but I'm just saying. So, lots of login bonuses. That means orbs. Yay, orbs are great. So if you notice, we've got two Tempest Trials happening, kind of close to each other. You know, one's from the 19th to the 28th of June, and then the next one starts on the 9th of July. That is because, my friends, if you're new to the game, in July, June, we have back-to-back summer banners. So we have a Summer Part 1 and a Summer Part 2. And it's just Special Heroes takes over the next 6 weeks of your life. And they also do revival banners now, so it's quite different from year one of FEH when they did this. So now there's going to be like 10 summer banners, I feel like. Is that right? Are we in year 4? Or we're year 4? Okay, so 8 summer banners total. Most of them overlapping for the most part. So get ready for that. This is going to be crazy. FEH is going to be coming for your orbs. They're going to be coming for your wallets. They're going to gun it. They're gunning for it. All right. I'm making you aware right now. That's why I put out an early video for the Double Special Heroes Summoning event, which is going to be happening on the 19th. I guess we'll just get into these here. So we do, or not the 19th. Sorry, the 11th. The Double Special is happening tomorrow or today, depending on when you're watching this. So. Fingers crossed we got that right. If you're watching this video early enough, then that video is out now. And I think it's the very last one that I put out. So you won't have to go far to find it. But check that out if you're interested to get, I guess, a sneak peek of what might be on that. I don't know anymore. Of course, with the Bound Hero battles that we have, not so much the revivals, we do have the summoning focus for that. We have Tempest Trials summoning focus for those. We've got the new power that's still going on. Just a couple Bride banners that are still hanging around. There's lots of banners to be happening right now. If you're wondering where your new heroes went, they will be back end of July. So if you're not into Special Heroes, I think you can take the next 6 weeks off. I think you're okay. I think you're good. Because that's really all we're mostly going to be seeing. Yikes. So the Double Special is going to be kicking things off on the 11th. And then it just gets crazy. So we've got Tempest Trials Focus on the 16th. That pops up just before the Tempest Trials event. That'll be taking place. The Special Heroes Summoning event. So Summer Part 1. That's basically what that's going to be. That is starting on the 18th of June. And I'll give you a little heads up. The summer banners are typically 30 days long. So if you are apprehensive, because you can see down there, Special Hero Summoning Event on the 8th of July, that is going to be Summer Part 2. If you're apprehensive about what's going on with banners and what's happening, it's kind of convenient that this first Summer Part 1 banner is pretty much spanning every single summoning banner that we have in June and into July that we can see. So you will have an idea of what's going on for sure, because more than likely that Summer Part 1 banner is going to be there until like the 16th or 17th of July. So you've got the opportunity to see what's happening all around you, and that'll, I guess, bring you some comfort. I know it will bring me comfort. We always do summon videos on the channel, but sometimes I get an inkling to go back in, and it provides me the opportunity to pause for a moment if I have to, thankfully. So you can see we've also got the Legendary Hero Summoning event. Of course, we'll have a special video kind of detailing who's going to be likely to be on that banner. That'll be coming out probably about a week or so before. So again, if you're trying to budget your orbs, I try and give you guys a heads up on these things. I'm trying to be helpful with that because when it comes down to it, if you're not into all the aspects of the arena and AR and all that, and you just like it because the characters and the art and bleh, I feel like orbs are what it comes down to. So I try to help you out on that. We will have a video out on that probably around the 23rd of June, so be sure to come back for that. And then you can just see a lot of summer revivals are happening, and we will have a new power banner on the 10th. I mean, all pretty standard stuff, but this is where things start to get a little bit loco. Okay, this is where stuff gets crazy because banners everywhere. So just be aware of that. But again, you will be able to see pretty much every banner that's going to be live during the entirety of Summer Part 1, and then, of course, Summer Part 2 that'll last into the beginning of August. And we should have a better idea. There should be a FEH channel in August letting us know what's up with the Brave Houses banner that's going to be happening. So I know it looks intimidating and overwhelming, but don't panic. There's lots of time and plenty to happen before you have to worry about it. So, with that said, Summer Part 1, Summer Part 2, that's great. What about these skills banners? Well, luckily they're not nearly as expanded as the last months were. And we actually, it's only like half a dozen for each. It's really not too bad. So the first banner that we're going to look at is the Forms banner. That is basically the form skills. So things like attack defense form, I don't know, speed defense form, attack speed form, those guys. Those types of banners. That is going to be taking place in the middle there. That's the middle skills banner on the 26th of June. That's when that pops up. And luckily there's not too many. Not really that many. Typically, these are only 3 heroes deep, so your options are basically Petra, Anna, the newest Anna, Avel, Fina, and Wrath. Now, the convenient bit about this, right, it's probably not going to be Awakening Anna because she's literally still on the banner when this one comes up. So, you can see down here that the midpoint for Book 4 banner doesn't end until the 29th of June. And this banner actually crops up on the 26th. So it's probably not going to be Awakening Anna that is on this. So I feel like we can confidently strike her off of this list. And that just leaves Petra, Avel, Fina, and Wrath. I will say that it is likely that we have Petra on the banner. Just because she's 3 houses. Just because we're getting closer to July. I feel like they would probably throw her on there. Avel is an interesting pick because if you noticed my mythic prediction from last month, which was not correct, but I did say that we might be looking at Avel, but she's probably been skipped over for a future skills banner, and that we'd probably get Larse instead. Well, we got Larse, and we didn't get Avel. She has not made a reappearance on the monthly banner, and now we have a Forms banner, and I just think it's too darn perfect. So more than likely, I think we're going to be seeing Avel on this banner as well. And I don't think they double up on color, which I think kind of diminishes the opportunity to put Fina on there, which means Wrath is a pretty obvious pick as well. He is green, he is a 4-star, and every one of these banners typically has a 4-star hero on there with increased odds. So if you want my opinion, I would probably say Forms banner. We're probably looking at Petra with attack speed, Avel with attack defense, and Wrath with speed res. That's probably your Forms banner later this month. Now, the other skills banner that we're going to look at, listen, I'm not even touching Draconic Aura. There is so many of them. I'll tell you what, we'll do away with this for just a moment. We'll talk about Draconic Aura real quick. It's anywhere from Camilla to Duo Ephraim to Quan to Dorcas to Keaton. There are so many of these guys that have this thing, and it's just there's so many options. So if you're really hard up for Draconic Aura, I guess just wait. I'm not going to go through all of them because that would be a very long video. But just know that there are a couple of 5-star exclusives that are on there. And a handful of them do have some other good skills, like Carla, for example, is one of them. Brave Ephraim is, I guess, a possibility who could be on there. Adrift Female Corrin, Tibarn. There are a handful of numbers. The buy lists are also there. And I think that's mainly because Draconic Aura is also sometimes a prerequisite to an additional higher tiered special, and so everybody gets thrown onto that list. So it's honestly it's anybody's guess who's on that banner, and there's way too many units that could possibly show up there. So we're not going to go over that, but just be aware that's a thing, and it could be something good. So, Vengeful Fighter. Let's take a look, shall we? Vengeful Fighter also pretty limited, which is really, really nice because for whatever reason, half of the units that actually have Vengeful Fighter are special. So they won't end up in this pool, which means we are reduced to Fallen Robin, Eden, Kanegas, and Memori. I don't see Memori being on this banner. She was just on the monthly banner 2 months ago, not that long ago. Kanegas could show up. Eden is a possibility. Fallen Robin is a possibility. I think probably you're looking at Fallen Robin, Eden, and the Lion King himself. I don't see Memori being on there, but I could be wrong. The really nice thing about this particular skill is, while it's limited, there are no 4-star heroes that evidently have it. So, no 4-star in the pool. So I guess you won't feel cheated if you get a 5-star version of a 4-star on a skills banner that you're trying to roll on. Yay, that's fun. So, like I said, the top 3 there, that's probably who I would guess you're looking at for Vengeful Fighter. But Memori could be on there. And if she is, I would say we're probably not looking at Fallen Robin. So, the top 3 of the list or the bottom 3 of the list. That's my guess. I didn't really plan it like that, but it is graphically very convenient to inform you that top 3, bottom 3. So, there you go. That's that. Like I said, I would go over to Kanagora, but that is just... listen, I'm not here for that. I ain't about that life right now. That's too much. Feel free to go look it up if you if you so choose. There's a lot of options, and you can theory craft away, by all means. But that is pretty much June in a nutshell, plus the beginning of July. This is basically just the beginning of summer. I'm glad that we have a fair amount of events still happening. The usuals like Hall of Forms and Rokkr, and I guess Lost Lore spoils for what that's worth. And we do, I'm sure a lot of people will be happy that we have Cormac back as well for GHB Revival, so that's fun. Let me know in the comments what you guys are most excited for this month happening in FEH. Like I said, I'm glad that FEH Twitter is back. Hopefully that means that we'll be able to see some more stuff happening. At this point, I would not anticipate a FEH channel happening. I think maybe they have just scrapped it and are using the time to kind of prepare for, the Brave banner that's happening. With COVID and everything else that's going on, I'm sure things got delayed. That was the reason given why Sayri didn't have English lines. So maybe they're just skipping. I don't know. But June is typically where they introduce new game modes, and if they didn't have anything to introduce like that, it would make sense that they would just scrap the whole thing and focus on moving forward. But I do definitely anticipate something happening for the Brave banner. I don't think that they... I'm pretty sure that they're focused on getting that out to us. So for what that's worth, look forward to that. But I wouldn't necessarily anticipate a FEH channel this month. So, but that's okay. We have calendars and all sorts of good stuff. That is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Ring the bell for bonus points. And let me know what you guys think about June. Who do you want in summer banners? Because we're going to maybe talk a little bit about that too, if we have time. We probably don't have time. There's never enough time. All right. Thank you guys. Have a good night. And until then, I will catch you next time.